Imagine this. On any given night, over 500,000 people in the United States find themselves without a roof over their heads. This is not a tale from a dystopian novel, but a stark reality of today's America, a reality that is, all too often, hidden in plain sight. Homelessness, an intricate issue, is a crisis that doesn't discriminate. It affects people of all ages, from the very young to the very old. It spans across genders, races, and backgrounds, touching lives in every corner of the nation. It's an issue that's as diverse as it is pervasive, with every individual carrying their own unique story of hardship and resilience. Yet in spite of its magnitude, this crisis remains largely unseen and misunderstood. It lurks in the shadows of our cities, in the quiet corners of our bustling streets, in the forgotten crevices of our society. Welcome to Shadows of the City, a deep dive into the overlooked crisis of homelessness in America. But wait, before we begin, please subscribe to ensure that you never miss out on any of my crucial stuff. Comment, "I subscribe" below, and I will personally welcome you to our community. Let's get started. The problem is not static, it's growing. The number of homeless people in America has increased by 2.7% in 2019 alone. The statistics paint a startling picture. In the land of the free and the home of the brave, an estimated 568,000 people were living on the streets in 2019. That's equivalent to the entire population of Wyoming, all without a place to call home. But why are these numbers on the rise? One crucial factor is the lack of affordable housing. The National Low-Income Housing Coalition reports that over 7 million affordable homes are needed to meet the demand of low-income renters. Yet, for every 100 low-income families in need of housing, there are only 37 affordable units available. This gap puts more and more people at risk of homelessness every day. Another contributing factor is unemployment. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the unemployment rate in 2019 was 3.7%. While this may seem low, it's important to note that this figure represents over 6 million people out of work. And for those struggling to find employment, the risk of homelessness is a harsh reality. Poverty, of course, plays a significant role too. Over 38 million people in America live below the poverty line. For these individuals and families, a single unexpected expense can be the difference between keeping a roof over their heads and ending up on the streets. Finally, let's not forget the impact of personal circumstances. Health issues, domestic violence, substance abuse, mental health disorders. These are all factors that can push people into homelessness. The rise in homelessness is not inevitable, but it is a complex issue that requires a multifaceted approach. It's not just about providing a roof over someone's head, but also addressing the root causes that lead people to end up on the streets in the first place. It's a silent epidemic flourishing in the heart of the richest country in the world. Behind these statistics are real people, each with their own story. Let's delve into the personal narratives that make up the fabric of this crisis. Picture James, a decorated war veteran who served his country with distinction, only to come home to a country unable to serve him. The trauma of war, coupled with the lack of adequate mental health resources, led him to the streets. His story is a stark reminder that the heroes we celebrate can become victims too. Then there's the tale of Maria, a single mother of two, juggling multiple jobs to keep her family afloat. Yet a sudden medical emergency plunged them into financial turmoil, leading to an eviction notice they could not avoid. Maria's story underscores that homelessness can befall anyone, even those who work tirelessly to prevent it. Reflect on the narrative of Sam, a bright-eyed teenager with dreams of becoming a computer scientist. However, a turbulent family environment forced him into the shadows of the city. His story highlights that the youth, our future, are not immune to this crisis. Consider the story of the Johnsons, a family of 4. They lived a comfortable middle-class life until an economic downturn left them jobless. Unable to keep up with their mortgage payments, they found themselves without a home. The Johnsons' tale reveals that homelessness does not discriminate. It can touch every demographic, every social class. Lastly, visualize Emily, an elderly woman who spent her golden years in isolation, unable to afford housing on her limited Social Security income. Emily's story is a poignant reminder that our seniors, who should be enjoying their twilight years in comfort, are often left out in the cold. Every person we've mentioned represents a different facet of homelessness. They are not merely statistics on a page or nameless faces in a crowd. They are individuals with dreams, aspirations, and abilities. These are not just numbers, they are mothers, fathers, children, veterans. They are our neighbors. The effects of homelessness extend far beyond the individual. It's a societal issue that impacts us all. Homelessness is not just about those without a roof over their heads. It's a collective problem, intertwining with the very fabric of our society. The ripple effects of this crisis reach far and wide, affecting not only the individuals living on the streets, but also the entire community surrounding them. The public resources strained by homelessness are vast and varied. There's a significant burden on emergency services, with homeless individuals often relying on them for basic healthcare needs. Our hospitals and clinics become the primary healthcare providers for those living on the streets, a role they aren't designed to fulfill. In addition, our law enforcement and judicial system face a similar strain. Without permanent addresses, homeless individuals often end up in a cycle of arrests for minor offenses, creating a revolving door between the streets and the jail cells. This not only overburdens our justice system, but also fails to address the root causes of homelessness. Another facet of this crisis is the mental health epidemic among the homeless population. The streets are a harsh environment, and the constant struggle for survival takes a toll on one's mental well-being. Anxiety, depression, and other mental health disorders are rampant among the homeless, often compounded by substance abuse issues. But perhaps the most significant impact of homelessness is the loss of human potential. Countless talents, abilities, and dreams are buried under the weight of survival. The cost of this lost potential is incalculable, not only for the individuals themselves, but also for the society that could have benefited from their contributions. It's important to remember that homelessness is not an isolated problem. It's a symptom of larger societal issues. Issues of affordable housing, income inequality, mental health care, and substance abuse treatment. Homelessness is not an isolated problem. It's a symptom of a larger societal issue. And resolving it requires us to address these underlying issues, to not just put a band-aid on the problem, but to heal the wound at its roots. Before we continue, can I beg a little favor? If you're liking what you're hearing, show us some love by pressing that like button. And hey, if you want to be in the loop for our fantastic upcoming videos, make sure to press subscribe and ring that bell so you're always in the know. Oh, and one more thing, drop a quick "I subscribe" down in the comments, and I'll make sure to offer you a warm welcome to our amazing family. All right, enough of that. Let's keep the conversation flowing. Despite the grim reality, there is hope. Communities across the country are taking action to combat homelessness. In cities and towns on the front lines of this crisis, a mosaic of solutions is emerging. Let's shine a light on some of these initiatives. In the heartland of America, we find the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Here, an innovative program called A Way Home for Tulsa is making strides. It's a collaborative effort bringing together over 20 organizations, all focused on providing housing, healthcare, and support services for those experiencing homelessness. Their combined efforts have reduced homelessness by a remarkable 30% in just 5 years. Heading east, we reach the bustling city of Philadelphia. Here, the city has implemented the Housing First policy. The philosophy is simple. By providing individuals with stable housing first, they are better equipped to address other challenges, such as job training or mental health services. This approach has seen a significant decline in the city's homeless population. Now let's travel to the West Coast, to the city of San Francisco. The city's Navigation Center program provides temporary housing and a one-stop shop for support services. Here, residents can access medical care, employment counseling, and even pet services, all under one roof. The result? More individuals transitioning from the streets into permanent housing. These are but a few examples of the positive change happening around the country. Each initiative underscores the importance of 3 key components in addressing homelessness: affordable housing, job training, and mental health services. These aren't just policies or programs, they're lifelines providing hope and a path forward for those who need it most. But let's not forget, these solutions are born from compassion, from an understanding that every individual deserves a chance at a stable life. They remind us that the fight against homelessness isn't just about numbers or policies. The fight against homelessness is a fight for dignity, for compassion, for our shared humanity.